Going ahead. Avinash is still with us. Avinash, let's start with Tata Motors first. So she likes that name. After the correction, would you also want to take some position over there?
I think Pankaj, if you look at the traction seen in the commercial vehicle numbers, I think clearly, although the fact that the growth has not been as fast as what Ashok Leyland has put up, but I think Tata Motors still commands a 60% plus market share in the domestic CV market. So hopefully, we see stronger CV numbers going forward. I think definitely the benefit of this upturn is going to be felt by Tata Motors, and more importantly, we are going to see a lot of new launches from JLR. I think in the short term, there have been some concerns on China, but if you look at the overall, I think clearly the business opportunity both for the domestic and the international market. I would say that this price definitely offers a good risk reward for people who want to get into it for at least for the next 12 to 15 months. I think definitely from that perspective, Tata Motors looks good.
Right. Would you be looking at Tata Motors DVR as a better option for retail investors?
I think it would be because clearly, voting rights not being there on the DVR actually do not make a big difference to the retail investor. Clearly, in terms of the positioning, I think, this instrument actually is a clear beta on the frontline share, and the kind of discount Tata Motor DVRs commands, vis-a-vis the frontline share. I would not be surprised that in the days ahead, this discount would get narrowed down as we see better volume numbers and better performance from Tata Motors.
Right. Emami was up 2.38% today, despite markets being what it is. They've done a big acquisition, which you must have seen overnight. But the margins over there are 50%. And it's a sort of business where they were not there. I spoke to the management this morning. They told me that the distribution that Emami has versus what they have acquired will itself give them very high growth. After this acquisition, do you want, would you upgrade your outlook for Emami?
Now, I think from a longer term perspective, this brand acquisition is going to be EPS as well as top line accretive. I think there's no doubt about it. And in fact, in margins, I think Emami has already been doing a very good job. But consolidating, the top line as well as profitability from this acquisition, my sense is I think giving it a period of at least 1 year down the line, I think you would see definitely better numbers. So clearly, from a medium to long term horizon, definitely one could take a punt on Emami. I would say that even from the current levels, the kind of numbers it could throw up post this merger, I think probably we could see another say 14-15% upside.
Right. Just a word as far as names like Unitech, JP Associates, Suzlon, all of these, HDIL, India Bull Real Estate, all of them which were just falling like a pack of cards today. You think that any one of them, anything that you like, the heroes of previous market which are just not performing, and now after 7-8 years of absolutely dismal performance, you think any of the places where recovery could be seen?
No, I think clearly, there's a lot of asset value attached to these companies. I think especially if you talk about the JP Associate Group. But clearly, this group is highly leveraged. We have got, news reports saying that almost 50,000 crores of debt is there on a consolidated basis. But if you see the asset value, something like a JP Infratech, which runs the highway model, I think clearly, if there is some white knight or probably some new investor who comes in and takes control, because I think the market seems to have given it a thought that this current management, the credibility part has actually got tarnished very badly. And I think more importantly, there have been reports in the market that this fall could also be attributed to some margin calls.
Right.
So I would say that, I think only those investors who can take high risk can probably look at JP Associate, because clearly there is value on the assets. But as of now, they are in a cash crunch.
Right. But, you mentioned about value of the assets and the debt that they have. Don't you think all the asset sales would just go for debt repayment and hardly anything would be left for equity? That is what is being reflected.
See, I think, Pankaj, if you look at the way the stocks have been hammered down, today I think JP Associates at 13 rupees. My guess is I think clearly, you're right, maybe the debt may be just enough to actually take care of their basic requirements. The cash flows itself are weak. But assumingly some new management comes in and I think, some sort of restructuring on the debt side happens, I think only then, these companies would be in a better position to actually reward their shareholders. Currently, the situation is they're sitting on very good assets, but I think there are no good buyers who can actually give them those kind of valuations which they have actually incurred.
Right, Avinash. Thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon. Hope you have a great day going ahead. If you look at the adjusted